Today I wanted to talk about an OG YouTuber named Boogie2988 who was apparently really big back in the day. I've actually never watched a Boogie2988 video, but apparently, like I said, he was a big, one of the OG YouTubers, one of the first people to gain a following on YouTube. And this documentary recently came out about him, which he wanted, obviously, the documentary to be posted. They're recording him the whole time, they're editing it. They're asking him questions, he's talking to them. And this documentary just makes him look like a horrible person. So it's unreal that he would want this out there. He must not care anymore. But yeah, like I said, I've never watched Boogie2988. His content never seemed like something I was interested in or I would be interested in. But I decided to check out some parts of the documentary because people were talking about how, this is just an insane documentary and how it's really sad. His life is pretty sad and upsetting and depressing a bit. But I watched this documentary and he just seems like a loser to me, unfortunately. I hate to say that, but yeah, I'm going to show you guys some clips in this video, and I don't understand how you could come out of this documentary thinking anything but that. But overall, the gist of it is, Boogie was really big one day, he was making a lot of money, and clearly he didn't do anything good with that money, which I don't know how much money he was making. I don't know the ins and outs of, what happened with his YouTube channel and how he was making money. But apparently he didn't do anything with that money, didn't invest it or anything. And yeah, he's completely broke now, in my opinion. He has no money. He struggles to pay his mortgage. And he also has this sense of entitlement where he's like, I have 4 million subscribers on YouTube, even though I'm making fuck all money from it. I have this sense of entitlement on YouTube, and because I have 4 million subscribers, I don't need a real job. I don't need to be like these peasants. That's almost the way he sounds. He doesn't say that, but he almost sounds like he's above everyone else and everyone who has to, work a normal job, because believe it or not, we need people who work jobs in this world. He makes it sound like that those people are peasants and those people are beneath him, which is so disgusting. But this first clip I'm going to show you here is what he has spent some thousands of dollars doing.
It's not a revelation. I like beautiful women. I like to hang out with beautiful women, fuck beautiful women. We all do. I never got to do that. The women I dated were pretty, sure, but they were like Arkansas 8s, not LA 10s. With sugaring, I got to fuck some LA 10s, and I think that's cool.
Would your mind be blown right now if I told you this guy is 48 and not in his late teens, early 20s, even his 20s in general? He sounds like a child, like an 18-year-old kid who just listened to Andrew Tate. That's literally what he sounds like. Dude, that's so weird in my opinion. That's kind of disgusting for a 48-year-old to talk like that. Dude, I hate to be like this, but bro, why? I don't know why he has such a sense of entitlement. I deserve to fuck LA 10s. What the fuck does that even mean, dude? That's so cringe. That's such a stupid way of looking at life. Bro, you shouldn't look at life like, oh, I just want to have sex with a bunch of women. That's lame as hell. That's fucking loser shit. Let's be honest. That's loser shit. When you're 48, I'm sorry, when you're 48, you should probably have a family. You should, have a kid maybe. If not, that's fine. It doesn't matter. But you should probably have a family. You shouldn't be thinking at 48 years old, God, I want to fuck all these women. That's so fucking lame to me. I'm in my 20s right now, and I don't want to fuck a bunch of women. I think that's so weird. I have a girlfriend. I've had a girlfriend for the last 5 years. Nothing would make me more happy than to marry her and have a future with her, right? I'm not chasing short-term pleasure. I'm chasing long-term happiness, which I feel like should be a pretty normal goal, especially when you're 48. I mean, at my age, I understand people, they just want to have sex a bunch of times. But at 48, I just really feel like you should not be in the mindset of someone who just watched an Andrew Tate video. He sounds like somebody who just listened to Andrew Tate.
We got back to the hotel, and I do regret to say that I slept with Boogie2988. Overall, the experience, and I don't mean to fat shame or anything, but there was rules upon rules upon rules, and it took me a lot of time to find a stick. I am now married with 2 kids, and sleeping with Boogie is one of the reasons I quit sex work.
God Damn, bro. She roasted the fuck out of him. Dude, she roasted the fuck out of my boy. She was like, God damn, man. He was so fat. I could not find his dick through all his rolls. Oh, man, that's crazy. Imagine being the guy that makes a girl not want to do her job anymore. Oh my God, she just fucking destroyed him.
Here we have some of the women in this area that are local and ready to go out. They'll go to dinner with you, they'll go to a show with you, maybe they'll come back to your place, but they are expecting something in exchange. But then it's window shopping, right? Like any other meat market like Tinder, you kind of scroll down the list of photos until you find someone that looks interesting to you. I think this girl's really cute. Oh yeah, yeah. She's definitely a little thicker than I necessarily would always go for, but there's nothing wrong with that.
Brother, brother, you yourself are big. You yourself are thick. You yourself are fat. Why is he going after this girl, which isn't fat? I don't think looking at that girl, I'm like, that's a fucking whale. I don't think that when I look at her. I mean, she's definitely like thick, maybe, but she's not fat. I mean, he talks about her like he himself is not fat. I don't understand that. And this is a PSA to all men. I'm pretty sure the website that he's on right now, and I may be wrong. He talked about this earlier in the documentary, so I'm assuming this is the website. I think this is the website where women are looking for sugar daddies. Okay. PSA to all men. Do not ever go for women who are after money. These are not even women, to be fair. These are fucking ghouls. Like, guys, if you really want a woman, just don't lead with money. If you want someone to be with you forever, if you want a girlfriend, if you want a future wife, never lead with money. That is the stupidest thing you can ever do. Like, these women obviously don't want a husband. These women just want money. And that's okay. You know, that's okay. I think it's actually pretty fine if they want to take advantage of loser men for money. I think that's actually kind of a W. Like, go for it. Because, like, to be fair, the women are going to spend the money better than the man would. The man's just going to spend money on these girls. The girls are going to spend money on probably something better, even if it's just like a purse or some shit. I mean, that's better than spending it on someone else for literally no reason. So yeah, if you want to just have sex with the girl, if you just want to do that, then yeah, lead with money. But if not, and you want to actually build a relationship, don't lead with money. You know, I'm sure there's plenty of ways to find girls. I don't know how people are really doing it. I know I met my girlfriend in school, but it's like, well, if you've graduated high school and either you're not going to college or you've also graduated college and you're just not in school anymore, maybe use Tinder. Maybe there's someone at work. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like there's better ways to do this than by going on like a sugar baby, sugar daddy website and leading with money. I don't know how you can find a girlfriend that way. So a little bit after this, they decided to put Boogie through, I think, a mock interview, basically see what he was like. Well, it's not even a mock interview. I'm pretty sure it's a real interview. And the lady that he's interviewing with is basically going to gather data on him and what type of person he is, and then send his application out to a bunch of jobs. I'm pretty sure it's just like a company that helps people get jobs. So he does this interview, and the interview goes absolutely horribly because Boogie just sabotages it the whole time. It's very clear watching this that Boogie doesn't want a job, and he's completely taking the piss out of this, and he doesn't give a fuck at all about like this situation. He has such a sense of entitlement where he thinks, oh my God, I have 4 million subscribers. I don't need to get a real job. And it's so lame to see.
Are you currently doing any YouTube stuff? Is that still
Yes,
something you're doing and you're going to continue
mostly commentary. To do it? Yeah, I mostly do commentary videos now. I am disabled, recognized by the state of Arkansas, but also the United States government. There's that. Now, the downside of that is I am extremely depressed. So there's some mental health issues that we bring to the table. And then physically, I am morbidly obese. I have no references, no work history, and no education. And when you Google my name, you might see rumors that I beat my ex-wife and I am also a pedophile, but that could be an issue for employers that would research me. So if we can find someone who won't Google me, that would be good.
Well, that's difficult. I mean,
Bro, I'm not even kidding. This looks like a comedy sketch. He just goes in the interview and he's like, you know what? I bring some mental health issues to the table. Like, I don't understand. I mean, I do understand because I know he's like sabotaging this, but why, man? Why? It's not the end of the world, man. It's not the end of the world, you know? Sometimes shit doesn't work out. And ultimately, he's just being like everybody else at the end of the day. It's not, he has such a sense of like this big ego. Bro, at the end of the day, you're just becoming like everybody else. You're getting a normal job. It's not the fucking end of the world. You know, it could be worse. You could be homeless. Like, it's so lame what he's doing. And then he also says, you know, if you Google me, you'll find rumors that I beat up my ex and that I'm a pedophile, which I think is really weird. You know, I don't know if any of this is true. I don't know anything about this guy other than what I've seen in the documentary. So I've never heard of that. But let's say that was being said about me. There were rumors spread that I did any of those two things, right? If I didn't really do those two things, I would never fucking bring that up. So I don't know if he did. And I would also do everything in my power to dispel those rumors, by the way. But I don't know why he would bring that up unless he actually did that. That is something I would never bring up. That fucking shit I didn't do. That makes no sense.
And then my work ethic is not great because of the depression and stuff. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I do have some pretty big references. Keemstar, he probably put in a good word, or Kid Behind the Camera. Mm-hmm. You know, Kid Behind the Camera. McJuggernuggets might. I worked with him. I had owned a small company with him. He's a big guy.
Okay.
Should mention I'm also a felon.
Okay. What's the nature of your felony?
Aggravated assault.
How old is it?
About 2 years.
Okay. So I think there are some avenues you could explore. I definitely don't think it's impossible, but you have some challenges.
Yeah.
Lots of things in life are about your mindset, and you're using weight and disability. I can't. If that is the attitude that you're going to have when you approach everything, then you can't, and you won't.
I did work in the porn industry for the better part of 7 years, so I mean...
Be real with me. Do you really think it would be a good idea to go to a real interview and reference porn?
It depended on the job, I would think.
Dude, she picks up on it instantly. She's like, "Oh my god, dude, I don't understand this guy." She's totally right here. He has this I can't do this, I can't do that. I'm fucking morbidly obese. I worked in porn for 7 years. That's epic, isn't it? Like, bro, what is up with this guy? It's really sad to see. It really sucks to see entitled people. I really hate entitled people. Entitled people are the most annoying people of all time. Bro, I will say it again. It is not the end of the world that your YouTube career did not... Well, to be fair, this is fucking his fault. If we're going to be honest, if this guy was a big OG YouTuber with 4 million subscribers, I don't know how much money he made, but it's got to be nearly 1 million. I would imagine. I don't know how much these guys make. So I would imagine nearly $1 million. Dude, if you invested... I mean, $1 million is fucking ridiculous. If you invested like, I don't know, 300K or something in like the S&P or something that gives you like a 10% yearly return, that's 30K a year. I mean, that's not bad. That's not like something you can live off of, let's say. I mean, I don't think you can really live off of 30K a year, but that's 30K a year off passive income. Brother, like, you're doing fine. Just get a job. I don't know why he doesn't just get a fucking job. It's not the end of the world. It's fine, bro. It's really fine. And it does suck. I think most of us will agree that a normal job does suck. But it could always be worse. It's fine, bro. But oh man, you guys are not ready for this next part. Boogie2988 reveals the one thing that's keeping him going.
I've got at least one good thing going on. Can I show you? So this is Desi. Or you can call her Desiree.
Yep, Desiree.
And we've been dating now for months.
A couple months, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, I'm gonna be sick. You know what? When he mentioned the pedophile allegations earlier, that's a fucking fact. There is no way, bro. It's fucking insane. It's fucking insane. Dude, okay, I'm gonna put you guys through the lens of a Giga Chad. That's me. The lens of a Giga Chad. Okay, so basically, when you're 40, even me at 24, I would not want to date a girl that's like 18, 19, 20, 21 maybe. But it's not even solely because of the age. Well, actually it is. Because age comes with experience. Age comes with knowledge. As your 49-year-old, why the fuck would I want a girl in high school? Bro, she has no life experience. She doesn't know fucking shit. I feel like the only reason as a 49-year-old you would want a 20-year-old to be your girlfriend is so that you can mold her in the way you want her to be. So she's not like her actual, authentic self. It's so disgusting. I just really dislike this guy, man, because he has this really odd perception of women where he views them as objects in a sense, where it's like, oh, I deserve to fuck all these women. Like, the way he talks about them just makes it seem like these women are not real people and they're just objects for Boogie's sexual pleasure. And then he dates a 20-year-old. And like I said, I don't know why, as a 49-year-old, you would want to get with a fucking kid. At 20 years old, you're a fucking kid. Let's be for real. Why would you want to get with a kid, bro? Like, why would you want to get with a kid who has no life experience and is still in high school, right? At 20 years old, you're still in high school, right? You don't get, or maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe it's at 20, you're just going into college. You're just getting into college at 20, right? Something like that. But they're still in school. And it's so weird. Anyway, for this last part of the video that I just wanted to go over, the last part of this documentary, rather, Boogie goes over his monthly bills, his monthly expenses. And I found this part really interesting.
Okay, let's go through my monthly bills for a second. My health insurance is $800. I have $500 worth of medical bills. I have $500 worth of utilities. I pay for doctor's visits, physical therapies, labs constantly. I still have to pay for the car that I drive. I still have to pay for car insurance. I still have to pay for health insurance. Diablo 4 came out. I had to buy it. Final Fantasy 16 came out. I had to buy it. Tears of the Kingdom came out. I had to buy it. That's $400 worth of video games right there. But if you take out all of it, you take it out. All I eat is sandwiches every day. All I do is sit here. I don't pay for any Netflix subscriptions. All I pay for is internet, utilities, medical bills, mortgage. If I pay for just that, I need $7,000 a month. I'm not making $7,000 a month, and I have no clue how to do it.
Okay. When I first heard that, he needs $7,000 a month. We're going to talk about his bills like one by one kind of here in a bit. But when I heard that $7,000 a month, I was pretty mind blown because the average American salary, actually, let me look at this. Yeah, the average annual salary is $59K a year. That's what annual means. I don't know. I just felt like saying that. $59K a year. $7K a month for him to live is fucking ridiculous. That's more than the average American makes, right? So let's look at his bills. He says, I needed to get these 3 games. Why? No, you didn't. You didn't need to get those games. I also looked at his bills. His grocery bill for 1 month, $800. What the fuck? Dude, I probably spend, $200, maybe $300 a month on groceries, and I feel like that's a lot. How the fuck can you spend $800 on groceries in 1 month? That is such an absurd amount of money. Back when I lived in an apartment, 2 years ago, I lived in an apartment with my girlfriend. We split the rent 50-50. I didn't even pay $800 for my portion. Dude, that was my part of the rent. He's spending more than that on groceries. I don't actually understand how that's possible. Also, in this price sheet, he has Netflix for $15. Why? why Netflix for $15? You know, I would make a comment about his medical stuff if I knew about that. All that seems really high, but I don't know anything about that, unfortunately, so I can't say anything. Maybe this is really normal, right? Spending $1,000 a month on physical therapy, $750 for doctor's visits. I mean, those seem like ridiculously high numbers in my opinion, but like I said, what do I know? Health insurance, $800. I think that's super high as well. I mean, that seems ridiculous. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Car payment, $210. I think that's fairly normal. His internet bill and gas bill are really high. I don't get that either. There's just a bunch in this documentary which I don't really understand. And then he spent $150 on clothes. I don't understand why he would do that either. Just rewear the same clothes, man. I mean, you know, it does suck telling people that. But it's like when you're living like that, when you're, you know, going broke essentially, man, you don't need to get everything. You don't need to buy every game. You don't need to buy a bunch of clothes. You don't need to pay for a Netflix subscription. And that does suck because I know people want outlets. Like I remember when I lived in my apartment and I had like a normal job. It sucked. It does suck for everyone, you know. I imagine it gets better when you actually find a career. But when you're in school, when you're like at that age where you're in school, like high school, college type shit, and you have a job, it's a pretty entry-level job. Typically, it's like a retail job or like a fast food job, some shit like that, or a restaurant, you know, just something like that in any of those types of businesses. Those jobs suck because you work a shit ton and you get paid almost nothing. So when you do get paid, you spend your money on your rent and your groceries and your like utility bill, gas type shit like that. And, you know, that really sucks. So I do think it's cool to have something to spend money on just to boost your morale, to make you a little happy, right? Whether that be clothes, whether that be your Netflix subscription, whether that be like 1 or 2 video games a month, right? But when you're someone like Boogie and you refuse to get a job, when you don't do anything really to better your situation, I mean, I watched parts of this documentary and it seems like he wants to fuck up his life. It seems like he wants to sabotage himself. And it just really sucks to see. It really sucks to see someone act like that. I hope he gets his shit together. I really hope he gets his shit together because it just sucks seeing someone like this. Like I said, I don't know everything about Boogie2988. Apparently he has, if he actually is, I know I was speaking a little tongue-in-cheek there, calling him like, you know, a weirdo for being with a 20-year-old. But if he actually did something with someone under 18, then I don't feel fucking bad for this. I mean, I kind of don't even feel bad for this guy now, right? Because he did this to himself. But, you know, the humanity in me thinks like, man, it does suck to see. Even though I do think this guy, in a way, deserves this because he put this shit on himself. I don't know. It's such a... I don't know, bro. I want to say he deserves it, but at the same time, I feel bad saying that because I don't know. All I know is this is really sad to see. And, yeah. Thanks for watching, guys.